Before this video begins, I just want to say thank you all for all the support that you have given me. I really appreciate you guys. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and like this video so you can get more. I have another video on the channel, so feel free to look at that one too. And let's just dive into this week's video. Hey guys, welcome to Room Architect. Today we're gonna talk about floor plans. Let's go. The architectural floor plan is the most important drawing on your presentation. It serves as the base of all your other drawings. If you find yourself in a tight schedule and have to deliver drawings soon, I always prefer to do at least a floor plan and one perspective drawing. The floor plan informs the overall design of the building, and the perspective drawing helps setting up the mood and experience you are trying to achieve with your design, as well as providing relative elevations. Now, there are many styles of floor plans, but there are some basic principles that all plans must have in order for them to work properly. Whereas that information is technical or experiential, your floor plan must tell the story you want to share with your design. Now, I found that there are two ways to share this story. Descriptive plans focus on the technical details on your design. The prime example of this kind of floor plans is a construction drawing. Here, the drawings are packed with information. There is barely any kind of blank space left. These kinds of plans rely heavily on symbols such as tag, numbering, and other architectural symbols. These kinds of drawings are usually developed once on a later phase of your design process, once you have the overall design of the project. Descriptive plans are often used on design development and construction documentation. If you're a student, you're probably not going to produce construction drawings for your studio unless you're taking a class that specifically tackles construction. These floor plans showcase information using mostly the architectural graphics. They don't rely heavily on symbols, but rather use compositional principles to inform the viewer. This is a much more common type of floor plan, whereas you're a student or you are an architect that wants to present an idea to a client. Illustrative plans are often used on schematic design and presentation drawings. Now, descriptive and illustrative plans are not categories per se, they are spectrums. This means that you will probably need to utilize both descriptive and illustrative elements to meet the requirements on your drawings, even if you rely more on illustrative elements. For example, if you are required to deliver a floor plan, elevations, and sections, then you will most likely have to add at least the section cut symbols to show the viewer where on the building you are cutting the sections through. Now, for the drawing that I'm creating right now, I am making it as illustrative as possible while keeping it architecturally sound. This means that I'm not taking artistic liberties to further express the experience I want to convey. This is totally fine, but if you're preparing a final presentation, perhaps that kind of floor plans becomes more like a diagram rather than the actual floor plan. Now, regardless of the CAD or BIM program you're using to come up with these floor plans, or even if you are doing it by hand, there are a few key things you have to keep into account for you to create good-looking floor plans. This is the single most important feature of your floor plan. Having different line weights adds depth and order to the floor plan. I usually think of 4 different thickness of layers. The thickest being any sort of wall partition, followed by architectural components such as windows, doors, stairs, and furniture. Third, people and annotations if needed, and the thinnest line weight being floor textures. Now, speaking about floors, they are part of the canvas. Use them. This is especially true when creating illustrative drawings that don't have much annotations. Floors take most of the space of your drawings. Leaving them blank with no texture makes the drawings feel incomplete and empty. Use the floors to define spaces. On my drawing, I decided to showcase 4 kinds of spaces, each represented by their own pattern on the floor. For all services and corridor areas, I added a concrete pattern. To all living areas, a big tile pattern. To all bedroom areas, a wooden pattern. And to all bathroom areas, a smaller tile pattern. Now, this may not be entirely realistic, but again, you're not doing a construction document. You're illustrating different programs that are going to be used on your spaces. This tip doesn't apply to all types of drawings, but if you are doing illustrative drawings like I am, I recommend adding people. I'm going to put a link in the description below where you can download a lot of people blocks to incorporate into your drawings. Make sure you show how the people can potentially use the space. If it applies, also incorporate vegetation. Finally, make the style yours by doing final tweaking on Illustrator. Now, I use Revit to create this drawing, but I don't want people to know that. I want it to be my style and not whatever preset style Revit has. One of the first things you should look into is a typeface. It is easy to recognize the Revit typeface, so change it to make your drawings more personalized. On my case, because I don't have any annotations on my drawings, I had to look for other details as well. For example, I noticed how Revit rounded its edges by default, so I went ahead and made them all straight on Illustrator, making the drawings even more personalized. At the end, you should have a floor plan that is simple and clear enough for someone to look at it and understand it from afar, but also detailed enough for someone to look at it up close. And that is it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. This way you can help my channel grow. I'll see you next week. Ciao.